All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the High School Star League 2015 spring season. Week 2 matchup between this group H teams. You've got Sierra and Chandler. Sierra High School against Chandler High School. I am D.Gon, and with me tonight is Fekhez. How's it going?
It is going well. We already are into pick and ban, so already seeing a couple assassins coming out being banned. That's Ari and LeBlanc being banned out. So not too surprising there. They took away DFG, but I mean clearly they needed to. 'Cause those two are still extremely powerful, and taking away the Gnar also. So gonna deny Narvin combos, or at least a Gnar combo in general, because Gnar he does combo with a few champions, and he's just a good solo laner in general. So taking that one away.
So Pantheon banned out here as well. Pantheon also can be played as a stun bot defensive guy or also a offensive threat. And Jarvan also goes down as well. So we won't see any of the Jarvan or Nard combo.
We won't see any combo with yeah, Jarvan. I don't know. I'm actually questioning the Jarvan combo, but that might be something they're targeting. Jarvan is a strong jungler in general, but I don't think he's strictly ban worthy, especially when you already ban out a Gnar, who, I mean, like I said, he combo, like I was talking about earlier, he combos with so well. I think there would be some other bans that could have been used there, but they're going to trust themselves on this one. Annie being the last ban here, so do want to clarify, this is Sierra on the blue side, Chandler on the red side, and that is a Thresh being insta-locked.
Yeah, I am Gambit picking up that for his team. And then JRX. Jarix. That's a tough one to say.
Yeah.
Hovering over the Vi right now, and Kindude 6 also thinking it over. What do you think about this Thresh insta-lock?
I mean, that doesn't really give too much away. Thresh is a pretty versatile champion, goes into a lot of team comps. I don't really think they're doing I don't really think they're giving away that much. First picking that one, I actually think it was a decent first pick. As far as not giving away their comp. Now on the other side of that, they're kind of denying themselves because they could have taken a Lissandra and Vi if they want, or a Vi if they wanted to, because they only had one pick. They could have taken a Lissandra, which is a very contested pick in the top lane. But now Chandler High School has the Lissandra and Vi combination, which is extremely powerful at level 6. Both of them able to lock down a champion and usually result in a kill, especially if that's a Lissandra mid lane, but more likely we'll see a top lane as Jimmy Talon locks in Maokai, along with good plan locking in Scion for the jungle, I believe.
Yeah, I agree, and you really hit on it. Frozen Tomb, just huge at level 6, lots of CC coming out, and we'll have to watch that top lane at level 6 to see with the Vi ult and the Frozen Tomb ultimate of Lissandra.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens here. So yeah, we have a pretty tanky lineup already on the side of Sierra High School. That's going to be hard to burst down, because that's kind of what you want whenever you have bursty champions like a Lissandra and a lockdown like a Vi. Kind of want tanky champions, because that way the tanky champions usually survive the all-ins from at least those two. And then, of course, you do have Disengage coming out from high on Zach, locking in that Janna. And we do have Graves in the bot lane. Graves, a very popular pick along with Janna, so that's pretty standard bot lane coming out. Very, I guess you could say, meta.
Very meta, I agree.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you see
exactly.
hovering over the Caitlyn, so you get the poke out, kind of counters Graves, but it was kind of like picked really quickly, so maybe not necessarily just a lane counter, but trying to stay safe away from all of that CC.
Oh, it is hovered over. It's not quite locked in, I don't think. Ninja Flex also has to pick that, I guess you could say, flex pick for Sierra, going on the picking out their mid lane, I would assume. And there's quite a few mid laners open right now. Of course, Ari and LeBlanc, they're the biggest ones being banned out here, but there's plenty of others to choose from. So, especially when you have such a huge front line, a Xerath might work pretty well in this kind of comp. Sit in the back lines. You already have a safe ADC. And there are two champions that dive on the other side, but you do have a Thresh to pretty much hold that one up. And this actually I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was
Yeah,
either.
I got nothing here. All right. Yeah, I figured that was something not going right.
So we'll go ahead and take a little recess as we try to figure out what happened. We'll be right back. It looks like we had a lag out, but we'll go ahead and try to resolve that, and we'll be right back with you. All right, so we're going back into Champion Select, and it looks like they did figure it out. That Jinx pick was a Kassadin holdover pick. I guess Ninja Flex didn't have it in his champ pool, so they went ahead and remade, and now it's up to Rodeo Jones trying to figure out what he wants to pick for the mid laner of Chandler.
Yeah, I don't. Did he not pick it last time? I guess he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
No,
But
he didn't.
yeah, the bans. I mean, Aatrox, Ahri, Akali. Those actually were not the bans. Well, Ahri was, but on the side of Sierra, it was Gnar, Jarvan, and Ahri. So we're not going to be seeing those. And Rodeo Jones locks in a Jace. It's actually a little bit of an interesting pickup there, considering they have. I mean, they have a nice disengage with the Janna, but they do have a big burst in Lissandra and a lockdown in Vi. I don't really see how the Jace fits in too well into this one, especially with such a tanky front line as far as in Maokai and Sion, and even Thresh can become tanky. Shockwaves, even accelerated shockwaves, they tend to just kind of, I guess, fall off toward the mid to late game once those tanky champions start just standing in the front blocking everything.
I think the idea here is that let's get ahead early. Let's try to use our CC to go ahead push down things in that early mid-game to mid-game. And in case we have to, I guess, siege up at a turret or something, we'll have a Jace to go ahead poke him down before we decide to fully engage. I think that's maybe the thinking, but I kind of agree. I would have liked to have seen something else that would have been also part of the do dive mentality.
Yeah, definitely. Or maybe just something a little bit different than a Jace, because I don't really think he brings what they need. I mean, yeah, he has poke, but you have to really manage your mana. And yeah, he can dive too, but mostly, I mean, mid lane Jaces, they're pretty squishy. They're pretty notorious for squishiness, and I don't think Hayam Zach is going to be diving with a Jace, unless he wants to give his life over, because that's usually what happens whenever you go into hammer form and decide to take to the skies and dive in the middle of the team before the fight's over. Usually used for chasing, but we'll see how he plays it out. It is interesting, and Chandler, they seem pretty confident in, so see how it plays out. They have a lot of lockdown, like I said, and they do have that nice disengage, so any kind of engage from good plane or I am Gambit can be repelled decently easy, unless it is I am Gambit's ult coming in, because he cannot CC that.
No, not really. And I think what Chandler's going to try to do here with this CC heavy team is to fight around Dragon. Let's fight around the objectives and win those team fights, and therefore after that we can go ahead and start taking some turrets. I think turret defense is what Sierra is going to be doing well with the Caitlyn there, Thresh there looking for a counter hook, and then once that counter hook lands, you have dive yourself with Sion there, Maokai going in, and Kassadin just kind of roaming around in the back. So and then picking his time to go in.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see, but we are going to take the last minute and 20 seconds to give a shout out to our sponsors. That is Twitch, largest video game broadcasting and chat community. In fact, you're watching them right now. Congratulations. Thank you, Twitch. Newegg, leading online retailer for computer hardware and software, along with Rocket, MSI, Jinx Apparel, and Loot Crate. Oh, also, and Tespa. Do not forget Tespa. They are all graciously sponsoring the High School Star League right now. My name is Joshua Vegas Quest. I'm here with Degon. We'll get back with you in about a minute on the Rift.
All right, we'll see you guys there.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
All right, and welcome to the Rift. We are in, and we have Chandler on the red side and Sierra on the blue side. We're having a little bit of an engage here by I Am Gambit on his Scion.
Yeah, it's pretty much all of Chandler just trying to invade, or at least make something happen. I don't really think Sierra can repel this with just a level 1 cast and a level 1 Scion, and looks like Chandler's gonna go all in.
Yeah, big brute force here. They're going to go ahead and get some nice deep vision in there. And they left I Am Zach on the Jace over by their own blue side, so well done there by Chandler to get some nice vision and kind of bully their way in Sierra's blue side map.
I was wondering when all the trinkets are going to be used, because this is interesting that there's an invade, but only one, at that point, one trinket had only been used, and I was wondering where the where the vision control is coming out here. But it looks like Chandler is just going to get some information, throw some wards down, and go back and play it safe now. So that was actually really nice played by them. They now have information of where their enemies are going to go, because it looks like there may be a lane swap coming out.
Yep, something very common, higher level games, lane swapping. Trying to get an advantage either for your AD carry to free farm or very not favorable matchup for your top laner. Whole bunch of different reasons to lane swap, and it adds a new dynamic. I guess not new, but a different dynamic to the regular 5v5 laning phases.
But yeah, actually, like I said, good board placement, because now Chandler's actually going to react to that and send their duo lane up top. And it looks like I Am Gambit is going to take out the Reapers. More likely die here, but that's what happens with the Scion. You just kind of do that, and then you pound the other one into oblivion until you're dead again. So he's going to get that. I think he got a level off that. Yeah, he did get a level.
When did that start becoming meta? That's just this season when the changes happen?
Well, it's actually really easy early level. Yeah, I mean, with the new Scion, it's super easy because the jungle is a lot stronger, so it's going to kill you. But actually, dying is a lot faster than going back, and you get a level off of one camp, so you can just use your teleport like I Am Gambit did, go down to the bot lane. You don't really lose anything. Look, he's actually a higher level than the Lissandra, so it's actually a really good strategy to do, especially as a Scion, because I mean, you get your passive and you die, and you're going to get level anyways. Doesn't
that starve off your jungler though?
I mean, the jungle has to go back by the time he gets the blue buff. He goes Gromp blue buff, especially right now. That's what Ken Dude 6 is doing. Goes Gromp blue buff. Typically goes to the red, and then has to go back. But it looks like he's just gonna finish up the rest of the Reapers, but still has to go back because of the jungler camp. Like I said, it's a little stronger, so you have to go back early anyways. And usually by that time it's respawn.
So basic, I guess, lane swap kind of thing here where they just go ahead and flip it. It was read well, and so we're having the 2v2 on the top side of the map instead of the bottom side of the map. So we'll see who wins that 2v2, and then we have to keep an eye on the dragon control. Yeah,
I think Vision's always a big play in these games, especially now with the Trinket. You can upgrade it and get the 2 wards. It's almost like a mini Sightstone. It has a 1-minute recharge, but the wards last 180 seconds, last 3 minutes. So you're going to have 2 wards by the time 1 ward is even out. So it's actually really handy, and I expect to see a little less sweepers. Used to, you would see teams go like 5 sweepers or 4 sweepers. I expect to see at least 3 sweepers, but still have at least 1 warding totem that's upgraded, along with the support having a Sightstone. That way you can gain, still keep a lot of vision control. And actually the Scrynor upgrade is pretty cool too, because it leaves like a portable ward, but it's scouted out pretty easily because you know where it's at if you see the little scrying.
The scrying Oculus.
Yeah, Oculus above you, so you kind of know where it's at. So we may have a gank coming out mid lane though.
Yeah, here comes Kindu towards the mid lane. A nice flash there by Jimmy Talon, and he's going to retaliate a little bit, but a successful gank. No flash there for Jimmy Talon, so he's going to be quite immobile until level 6.
No flash for Jimmy Talon. I Am Zach, he's pretty low on health though. He did save his flash, has Ignite as well. So he needs to still be careful because Jimmy Talon can still poke him down, and there's not really too much. Dude, here comes Good Plan.
Here goes Good Plan. The flash by I'm Zach doesn't do anything for him. He missed going over the edge of the, I guess, the river there, and he gets killed for first blood.
Yeah, that was really well played by Good Plan. Reading that, seeing that I Am Zach got a little confident there. He did have to use his flash to get in range for the Twisted Advance, but totally worth it. Gave first blood over to Jimmy Talon, who's you really want first blood over to a Cassidy, because laning phase is his worst phase. If you can get through that and actually go positive, then you're doing quite well on a Kassadin. Really good way to start off as a Kassadin mid lane.
Definitely, and Jimmy Talon himself, pretty much the top player on Sierra's team. He was Challenger last season, currently sitting in Master 1.
So definitely has some experience on his side, and that's always helpful in general. I mean, solo queue a lot different than team games, but you go practice what you need to in solo queue because you can still practice things and then relate to your team. Like, hey, let's try this, and sometimes it works. And I mean, that might be something they practice, but either way, it worked. No problem. But we haven't focused on this top lane too much. Looks like and Ninja Flex getting a little bit of damage over onto Zyrex, or Zarex, I guess his name is.
As they should be, you know, you got the poke of Caitlyn going against Graves there. You just got to dodge the buckshot, get your poke in, but took like a decent amount of damage from the minions there.
Yeah, I saw that, and that is one thing you have to watch out, especially when the minions piled up on the other side, but he's trying to freeze the wave. And this is normally in a lane swap. This isn't really a typical lane swap because both of them swap, so it's actually still mirrored. Typically in a lane swap, you'll see the ADC and support try to rush the tower, but since it's a normal lane, just in the top lane for the normal bottom laners, it's still good for to try to deny as much CS away from Zarex because you're still just competing directly against the enemy ADC. So playing it well, it's gonna have a big wave into the turret.
Twisted advance there on the high Zach in the mid lane. Here comes Jimmy Talon. He gets punched away there at the last second. He might be good. Jimmy Talon, doesn't have enough damage there, and Hayam Zach will definitely get away.
Oh, he just used Rift Walk.
Oh, Jimmy Talon now getting caught out by Kindude. Good plan there with the Twisted Advance to root him up, and now Kindude kind of caught out a little bit. He's getting a little low, couple auto attacks there, and there's a good kill there by Good Plan.
Wow, that was well turned around by Jimmy Talon. A good plan specifically. I think actually, I am game. I hear that ult, and it's kind of like the Void Rush from Rek'Sai, but really, I am game. It's just getting rushed to lane faster.
Yeah, I was scanning around the map. I was like, oh no, are we gonna miss it?
It's better. I mean, you're Scion. It's better than using your teleport. So I mean, he still has that map pressure if he wants. But yeah, very well turned around by Good Plan in the mid lane. Twist advancing onto Kindude, allowing Jimmy Talon to get away to safety. And actually pick up another, no, he did not pick up that kill, but did pick up an assist though, so that helps. And a lot of focus on this mid lane.
Yep, another Twisted Advance goes in. Now Good Plan actually gets taken down. Hayam Zach with a nice ignite there and picks up a counter kill. Well done.
Yeah, that was another time the ignite was not up from Jimmy Talon. That is it's kind of an example of why you shouldn't just overly camp a lane sometimes, because summoners were really helped out Jimmy Talon there. Ignite would have picked up a kill on Hayam Zach, but instead did too much of the turret shot on Good Plan. Hayam Zach picking up that kill. And here's a death sentence onto Rodeo Jones.
Rodeo Jones getting hooked in, but yeah, not too much. A buckshot to the face is what they get for that.
Yeah, pretty much. And actually, yeah, the power spike is starting to go in the favor of Zarex. He is level 6 now, has that collateral damage. He's going to go in. Buckshot, and this actually might be a kill.
Oh no, he does live. The buckshot isn't enough to kill him. Oh, a great Monsoon pushes Ninja Flex the wrong way. Does the last auto attack go in? Yes, it does. Here comes the ace in the hole. Isn't enough to pick him up, but there's a Twisted Advance by Good Plan. Good Plan goes ahead, picks up the kill, and that'll probably be it. A 1-for-1 there.
Yeah, that was really well countered by and Good Plan. Again, Good Plan is just in the right place at the right time. Almost every time he's ganked so far, he's doing a really good job in this Maokai jungle, who typically has kind of a slow start because his wave clear isn't that great early on. But he's not really spending that much time in the jungle, actually. Spending most time in lane so far. So that actually worked out for Sierra because actually got a kill. Or no, did not get a kill, but is staying in lane to pick up some experience and CS.
Yeah, definitely. And you can go ahead and look at the CS of the junglers. 19 for Maokai to 36 of Vi, but we can both say that Good Plan's Maokai has made a bigger impact on the game so far.
Oh yeah, definitely helping out Jimmy Talon in that mid lane and helping out that top lane. And treating bot lane kind of like an island, and a little awkward because, sometimes you'll want to camp bot lane after camping mid lane because you can pressure the dragon. But now that the top laners are in bot lane, it actually looks like Lissandra's going top lane. So might be seeing some traditional ganks coming out in the bot lane from Good Plan to try to secure this dragon, because so far his ganks have been paying off very well. But Nice shock blast coming out from Zach.
Yeah, hitting both Kassadin and Maokai there. Nice little chunk, and they have to rethink how aggressive they want to be in the Dragon Pit. They were trying to get vision control for that dragon, but it looks like they'll have to back off, and Chandler now trying to position themselves for the Dragon Vision.
That coveted Scuttle Crab. It does give a nice amount of gold, so there's no reason not to get it if it's available there. With Zach shutting off good plan, and it's a nice bit of gold, and it looks like Kin Dude 6 is just gonna go back. Thought it was gonna go mid lane, but it's actually kind of hard to gank a Talon, even a Cass, I couldn't say on Jimmy Talon. Even with Assault and Battery up, because you can still Rift Walk while that Assault Battery is going. Looks like we might see contention in the mid lane here.
It looked like Zach was trying to bait out I guess an all-in by Jimmy Talon with Kin Dude waiting in the bush, but they decided against it.
Yeah, if they could bait out that the Rift Walk, it would be very advantageous to Assault and Battery Jimmy Talon. He does have Flash up, but plenty more to... Oh, actually...
Now, Kin Dude actually on the backside, you can't see him taking out Caitlyn. The Monsoon comes out, pushes everyone away. Good plan, and Ninja Flex now being cut off. I'm Gambit doing a lot of damage by himself. Good plan getting taken down. Xerix picks up that kill. A lot of low health bars. The nice hook by Ninja Flex on the high on Zach. He gets taken down by Jimmy Talon. Now, Shrix wants some more, and they're just going to go ahead and back off there. So a nice counter gank, but again, just a 1-for-1.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1, but it actually still worked out in Sierra's favor because their jungler actually fell, which means that Chandler, had they had the health bar to do it, they could have picked up the dragon. Actually, it looks like Sierra's going to go for the dragon anyways, knowing that Kin Dude 6 had to go back with a low health bar. So, I don't know about this one.
I don't know. Jimmy Talon goes in. He's kind of getting bursted up. He gets CC'd out. He has to flash, but picks up the kill on Xerix, and they're going to continue their pursuit on the dragon. Lissandra coming in, thinking about it, thinks better of it, and just laying down the auto attacks, and looks like Sierra's going to pick up the dragon.
That was a nice dragon, and also, that wasn't even ace in the hole. I thought that was ace in the hole for a moment, picking up that kill onto Xerax, but that was actually a very well-placed Piltover Peacemaker. Zach is going to try to keep from backing, and does. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Just have 90 caliber net. Oh,
nope, not enough. Yeah. Zach goes ahead, flashes. Well, he gets hit. He didn't flash over. He gets hit by it, but flashes through it, picks up the kill. Lazy recalls lose games.
Yeah, should have went under his tower for that one, and that one, yeah, he's definitely kicking himself for that. But does go back, had quite a bit of money in the bank, so picked up 3 components for the Infinity Edge. Isn't going to take too much longer to get the rest of that gold. He's doing very well, leading CS in the entire game so far at 95, so doing pretty well for himself. Even if with the misplaced back animation, I guess I should say.
Yeah, and it was kind of a bummer because he saw it. You have the pink ward there in the river bush, and you could see the ward that used to be there, but all's well that ends well, so he'll go ahead and get those pieces of the Infinity Edge and head back to the bottom lane.
Just lets everyone know who's watching, do not shop while you're backing, because you can't see that sort of thing. I'm just going to assume is what happened. I don't really know. Yeah,
he's like, that was a pretty cool Piltover Peacemaker. I'm going to back here.
Right. Back in style. You'll never see. I am Gambit. He's already just building straight tank. It's typically what you do on a top lane Scion. Just build straight tank and then become a giant nuisance. He's building against Lissandra specifically, who there's more AD on the side of Chandler. We have a gank in the mid lane here.
Ooh, Jimmy Talon getting taken down there really low, and he's gonna live, or he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Kin Dude almost lives. He had to flash out of there under the turret. Now we got a death sentence being written there by Ninja Flex. Has to use heal, and Xerax just goes ahead and bullies his way through that.
Oh, they might be able to turn this one around.
Ace in the hole, not enough damage. A nice block there by Rodeo Jones, and just a little bit of aggression there in the bottom lane.
And Rodeo Jones still has Monsoon up, so and Flash, so good play coming up pretty soon, because is very low in health right now.
And Kin Dude is roaming down from the river. He was spotted out by a couple wards though, so I think and Ninja Flex are gonna play it safe here.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best bet, although still wouldn't be surprised at a Flash Monsoon into a Vault Breaker from Kin Dude 6. He had to land that Vault Breaker whenever moving from the Monsoon. It's actually kind of hard to do, but Kin Dude's just going to go pick up that another Scuttle Crab. That's more gold in the pocket of Kindude 6. And he's actually still even in gold with Good Plan, considering Good Plan has been picking up a couple kills and assists due to his constant ganking.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, with that Scuttle Crab in there, the junglers also use it as part of their camp. So with the Trailblazer, they'll go ahead and pick up the extra 30 gold from Large Monster.
And that's a really good idea because I mean, camps take a while to spawn, and if you don't have a lane to gank, you might as well go pick up some gold from the Skull Crab. I mean, there's 2 on the map to obtain, and they add up, and it's really easy because they don't fight back. So you might as well go pick it up. And fun fact, also, I don't know if anyone's seen the video, but if you stun it or immobilize it somehow, I think it actually is specifically a stun. I think it actually reduces its armor and magic resist by 50. Making it a lot easier to pick up. I don't know if the Vault Breaker counts.
Yeah, I was wondering. I never knew that. Thank you for that. Today I learned.
Oh yeah, no problem.
We see Maokai down here for quite some time. Good Plan finally thinking better of it. They did clear out a ward down there that he was sitting on, and he sat there for another minute. Felt like a long time.
Yeah, it actually was. He lost out on a lot of experience and just gold just sitting there. He's going to go back to his red buff. And yeah, they even clear out the ward. Speaking of clearing out a ward, looks like a sweeper being used in the mid lane by Kindude. Charging up the Vault Breaker. Jimmy Talon's playing it pretty safe now, though.
Yeah, he is. I think he realized he used his Rift Walk and then was like, okay, I can't step up. They're trying to plan something, and just walked his way out of it.
And there's another Scuttle Crab. Is it going to be picked up? It is picked up by Kindude.
And it looks like they're going to go ahead and try to pick up Kindude here. Kindude going to die for trying to kill the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, so that kind of Scuttle Crab's not worth it.
They tried to use his stun to drop the armor up.
Yeah, I forgot to look at the stats if he did that. Next time I will. Zach, having to be a little cautious in the mid lane.
So a little bit of trading going on in the mid lane, not too much happening. Both teams kind of looking like they're farming up until the next dragon, which will be up in the next 50 seconds.
Yeah, gold's pretty much even all around. Even actually in the bot lane, Xerax, he's been able to come back and actually get a gold advantage. So props to him. He's doing a really good job bringing it back from a huge CS deficit that he had earlier. But essentially, gold's pretty much the same all around.
Yeah, I think it was about 20 when we checked earlier, around 13 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's picked it up here, and got to go ahead and pick his CS up.
Yeah, teleports up from both top laners, so as well as their ults. So this is going to be a huge fight around Dragon.
Neither team has great ward coverage. I'd say
No.
I'd say Chandler has nice ward coverage. You have some, just like a nice little line of 3 wards across the map there, 4 wards, but yeah, okay. No, it's much better for Sierra now. They got the pink ward behind the Dragon Pit, and they've got position for it now, so they're going in.
And another Scuttle Crab being picked up. I love the emphasis on the Scuttle Crab because I think they're very undervalued, I guess you should say. They're very easy gold, and it gives you vision because now they actually do have some nice vision over there as well. I mean, they have vision all around the pit, but now they have that constant vision. You can't negate a Scuttle Crab once it's there. It kind of decides it gets bored and roams off by itself.
Yeah, I'm interested because... Oh, no, it looks like the top laners are going down. It looked like Lissandra was actually overstaying a little bit in the top lane, but Sion took a little while to figure out what he wanted to do, so... Nope, Lissandra's going back top lane, so it looks like she's going to go ahead and use her teleport here if a dragon fight starts out.
Which it looks like there is a little bit of hovering around by the junglers, and Jimmy Talon making his way to the bot lane as well. The Tribush ward is taken out, so we're not going to see that. They might catch out Kindude here.
Kindude with the flash, and it doesn't matter because he gets caught out. A hook does land onto him, and now Ninjaflex gets pushed all the way back by a nice Monsoon. He's under the turret. He's going to go down. Xerax picks up that first kill. Now I'm a Good Plan trying to get his way out of there. Lissandra's forced to flash. A nice little pop up there by Janna, and that picks up another kill for Chandler. Chandler picks up 2 kills in this fight. Jimmy Talon waiting over the corner, and he's spotted out by a nice ward there by Kindude.
Even if he wouldn't have gotten to assassinate, that would have been a suicide attempt anyways. That was really, really well played by Chandler, and a fantastic Monsoon by Rodeo Jones, along with a teleport from the Lissandra. That was just all well-timed, and the Monsoon completely broke up Sierra and actually turned a 4v5. It was a I think that was a 4v5.
It was a 4v5.
Yeah, it turned it into Chandler's favor, who had the 4 members, because Zach came in toward the end of it. So, very well played, and now he's scouting out Jimmy Talon.
And Jimmy Talon ate a nice little shockwave right to the face.
Yeah, sometimes I actually play Jace only to hear him talk, because I like what he says. I wish all the champions said something, clever, like unique. It's like a dragon being attempted right over a ward, and Zach's not making a move to try to steal it. That was interesting. So yeah, second dragon going over to Sierra.
That was a little interesting because they won that team fight earlier, and I think they kind of dilly-dallied too long about what they were going to do with the numbers advantage. And so Sierra comes in, sneaks it out, and picks up another dragon.
Dilly-dallying is definitely what they did, because yeah, that shouldn't have happened. And Zach, even he should have been making moves down there to try to at least steal it with a accelerated shock blast. I know Jimmy Talon was keeping him in mid lane, but I'm pretty sure he can duel Jimmy Talon. He has a Hex Drinker now. I don't know. That was an odd move by Chandler, but it as it may, Sierra taking the second dragon of the game. That will be their second dragon, so they picked up all dragons so far.
Yeah, it's one of those things where a lot of the time the coaches that I've said or that I've heard, watched videos about, important dragons are 1 and 5. 1, 4, and 5. Because 4 gets you to 5, and then you have to always fight for every dragon. So maybe Chandler didn't want to go and force it quite yet. I'm not 100% sure, but every dragon that Sierra gets him closer to 5.
Well, I mean, you still get you get that 6% power spike with the first dragon, but I mean, Sierra, they're losing team fights because of just positioning, and Rodeo Jones pretty much positioning everyone, like throwing them all off position with Monsoon. So yeah, I guess maybe they feel like they don't quite need it yet, considering Chandler's still winning team fights. It's the only thing I can assume. And Xerax, even with that 6% buff on he's getting taken down pretty harsh.
Yeah, that was a really big crit there that happened. Now good plan going in, twisted advance onto Zach. Jimmy Talon keeping his space so Zach can't kill him. And a nice flash out of trouble. Here comes Kindude. He goes ahead, drops some damage on good plan. Gambit's gonna miss his ult. And that will be that. A little disengaged there. Not too much else happening out of that.
Just the jungler showing their presence, and now top laner showing their presence as well. So a bit of grouping in the mid lane, and Zach, he does need to go back. That is one good thing about Jace, though, is that you can be in the glowing health bar and still be able to be effective with your accelerated shock blast. But when you have a Jimmy Talon around on a Kassadin, still you want to be cautious, because you know when a Rift Walk will be thrown around and then a Null Sphere thrown in your face for a death. And the Hex Drinker is down, so he would not have that shield to rely on if Jimmy Talon decided to go in on him.
Yeah, out of that engage though, they did burn Zach's flash, so that was a small win there.
I think his flash and igniter, unless he used that ignite earlier. Both summoners are down, so yeah, that's you know, out of the skirmish that looked like nothing was gained. Something was. That will be good, because Zach, if he chooses to go to hammer form, he needs a flash to get out, so he won't be able to do that. And that's usually uses hammer form to execute.
Oh, we got a big group coming to the bot lane. Vi and Lissandra both coming. They step on a ward and they decide to back out. They're not going to brute force it, but they are going to push the lane. The tower down there is low, and it looks like the rest of the team is trying to pick off Jace here.
Yeah, Xerax and Rodeo Jones have been doing a good job pushing that turret and picking up little gains, little wins on that bot lane. And now Xerax has a pretty commanding lead in the bot lane. Actually, has it's about 1,400 gold up on so that's a very well in lane. And with that bottom turret gone, that relieves him and allows him to go to other lanes and try to apply pressure. For instance, in the mid lane, which is where it seems like both teams want to try to apply pressure. As Zach being a little cheeky, throwing out some dances, throwing out some taunts to Gambit. I don't think he can do anything to Gambit, really.
Gambit caught a little piece of them there.
Yeah. It's kind of like Gambit really has nothing backing up his damage, and Zach has nothing backing up penetration onto onto Gambit, besides a brutalizer, which is not going to be enough right now. It's actually interesting. Oh, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's interesting that the Graves-Caitlyn matchup is going the way that their power spikes are setup as well. He's kind of killing it now here at the 25-minute mark because that's when Caitlyn's kind of has been dropping off. That mid game is where Caitlyn's weak, and Graves is taking it over with his burst damage.
Well, he's not only taking it over, he actually has quite a huge lead, so he's taking it over sooner than he probably should have in a normal situation. He already has a Yumu's Ghost Blade and an Infinity Edge built, so he has a pretty huge power spike already at 25 minutes, when normally if the lane went even, just even, I guess, usually would have come about 30 minutes, but has it now, and that's something that Chandler needs to take advantage of because, yeah, Xerax is very powerful. He can dish out a lot of damage. All he needs is a Last Whisper. Actually, hold on, we got an engage here.
Yeah, nice little engage there. Unstoppable onslaught right onto Graves. Graves ends up going down. We have a big fight on our hands. There goes Kindu picking up Jimmy Talon. Now Rodeo Jones gonna take it down really low. He'll flash out. I'm a good plan. Getting out a little bit by the skin of his teeth. Kindu gets a nice little big damage there. It picks up a second kill, and it's a 3 for 1. And look at those low health bars.
They used pretty much everything on Xerax there, so they weren't able to finish it up. But there's a lot of damage coming out from, I'm gonna try to pronounce this dude's name,
Jerks.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out from Lysandra, and it was all sustained damage with a Morellonomicon, so the spell Vamper lifesteal coming out, or any kind of regen, was not being as effective as it should be from Good Plan and I Am Gambit as far as their health regen goes. So very well played. A lot of sustained damage coming out from Lysandra because she was pretty much in the backlines being untouched because all the focus was on Xerax, and he didn't even use collateral damage in that. And that's what I'm talking about. Chandler is pretty much winning 4v5 team fights right now, so I mean, they may even give up another dragon here because they don't. So far, they haven't shown that they needed it, but they need to stop these dragons after this one if they choose to start contesting dragons. Because you said it earlier, first, fourth, and fifth dragon are the most important. Fourth because it leads into the fifth, and they're on the third right now. So Chandler needs to start contesting these dragons because the late game is not going to be pretty for them if Sierra gets 5 dragons. Buff's just getting picked up now.
It's interesting that they've won both team fights, the last 2 team fights, but then lost the dragon after that.
Yeah, I know. I don't really follow. They did pick up a mid lane turret, so I mean, it is 2 turrets to 1 right now, but I don't think they're doing it at a pace to where it's creating a huge advantage. I mean, because yeah, when you take out a turret, you should be at least gaining map control, and if you gain map control, you need to prove it by taking objectives like Dragon, and you're not doing that, so I really don't understand it. They are getting the Dragons on Sierra, though. Jimmy Talon being engaged on, though.
Oh, Jimmy Talon baiting out Hi, I'm Zach, I'm Gambit, misses his ultimate, goes right on by, and wow, the flash forward, Jimmy Talon almost getting taken low, but he'll end up getting out, and forcing another flash out of Hi, I'm Zach. And now I'm Gambit gets popped up, almost taken down. Yes, he'll go down. Kindu picks up another one. He's on a rampage. Ninjaflex in a little bit of trouble, stuck under the turret, forced to flash out, and he'll get out safely. But just a nice little counter engage there by Chandler.
Yeah, that's again just playing position well and just picking what they can. And that was actually a 5v5. That wasn't a 5v5. That was like a 5v2, and then they kind of counter-engage onto I Am Gambit. And I'm surprised that I Am Gambit's build right now. I mean, yeah, he's building tanky, but I would have suspected a Randuin's over a Sunfire any day because he's not really staying alive long enough to make the Randuin's or the Sunfire proc that much. And even so, even with that, it's not really doing that much in general. It does add up over time. But I think a Randuin's for the overall utility, considering he can get into the middle of a team. Actually, ooh, got a burst. Oh, that was sad.
Yeah, Jimmy Talon coming in and taking out Jurig for overstaying.
Yeah, so that was very well played by Jimmy Talon, doing what a Cassidy does, picking somebody off whenever they're out of position. Just even a little bit. There were no wards coming out on the riverside from Lysandra, or Chandler, I guess you would say. Yeah, going back to I Am Gambit, definitely prefer a Randuin just for the overall utility because of the attack, auto attack damage coming out from Xerax, coming out from Hi, I'm Zach. If Hi, I'm Zach does get close enough to use auto attacks, which he's building the Muramana So, I mean, he is planning on using those auto attacks to, in having them empowered. So, I think Aranda would have been better. I actually think he's building Aranda wins now. I think he should have went for it first.
I agree. I definitely agree. The effectiveness of the Sunfire Cape isn't quite there right now. It's not like he's been very effective in staying in fights. He goes in, uses his unstoppable onslaught, maybe he hits it, and then runs away because he's just getting bursted really quickly. And now looks like he's being caught out again. J-Rix decides against going in and dropping the Frozen Tomb, and now they'll go ahead and get some nice vision over the Baron Pit.
Murder Mana was just completed by Hi, I'm Zach. Did not get that Scuttle Crab to see if the armor Jimmy Talon, nice Zanyas.
He gets popped up, he gets dropped down, and Hayam Zek says, I'm the leader of the mid lane today. And he'll go ahead and take out the top turret.
He's doing really well, especially considering the early start that he had from Good Plan's camp. So he pulled it back just like Xerax. So that was very well played by Chandler all around as far as the team goes, because they're able to bring back a little bit of a I guess a disadvantage that they had early on, and they're actually thriving now. At the 31-minute mark, they just took 2 turrets. Good Plan answered back with the mid lane turret, but it's only to answer back. It's not really gaining much of an advantage because the 2 mid lane turrets of Sierra are already down.
Yeah, they were, and it was kind of a disconjointed call there by Sierra. I think the team could have kind of rotated and held on to that inner turret, maybe a little bit longer, try to slow them down a little bit, but a little bit of miscommunication led to that 2 turrets getting taken down when Jimmy Talon went down.
Scuttle Crab being taken. A lot of Scuttle Crab contention. I am a happy camper about that. And the Dragon will be up in about 1 minute, so this is what Chandler really needs to focus on. Of course, honestly, it might not make it to the 5th Dragon if they keep up this pace. But, I mean, I don't know if anyone watched TSM's game today, but if anyone, like, I know keeping a team at bay at the Nexus is possible. So they need to start focusing on Dragons. And it looks like they are setting up for it. Even have a pink ward down, so they're trying to gain vision control. This is good. This is a good sign.
It is a good sign.
For Chandler.
So keeping a team at bay, like, at all times would be like bay life. Oh, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's I think I don't know. I haven't heard the whole bay life thing lately. I don't know if they're trying to zone that out or what, but definitely shades of it. Just like saying, F it, I'm not going to surrender. I'm going to just defend with 0 turrets and give our ADC a pentakill. I don't know. That was a really interesting game earlier today, and kind of a learning experience, because like I said, I know that no matter how many dragons you get, you can last out, but it's always good to keep your enemy from getting these dragons, and there is contention coming out here.
Oh, a nice hook onto Kin Dude, but no follow-up there, and now it's just kind of really scattered out.
Yeah, this is actually really big for Chandler right now, because Vengeful Maelstrom is down, which means there's no damage reduction coming out from Sierra in this pit. So we'll see how they retaliate here.
I don't think they do. They see the ward? Yeah, they do. They're going in for the steal, and Good Plan does get the steal. Great play. Now the lantern's down. I'm Gambit said, oh, we're not going in. He flashes out. He's going to get taken down, but the 4th dragon is picked up by Sierra.
Yeah, that was a fantastic flash, and or actually a fantastic play from Good Plan. He didn't even use his flash to get in. He actually twisted advanced and then flashed out. So that's a clean getaway, and actually I Am Gambit gave his life just to distract a little bit longer, I guess. But yeah, 4th dragon picked up by Sierra. They're 1 dragon away from having a big power spike, which may be able to tip these team fights in their favor. And I mean, I don't know. This is an interesting game because they're losing on all fronts except for the dragon. And it's simply because Chandler has not contested it except for that one time, which they got stolen away. So props to Good Plan for keeping it alive.
Oh,
nice.
Jimmy Talon using the Zonias at the last second there, has to flash out. Now Good Plan with the Vengeful Maelstrom doing some defensive duties, but gets taken down by Xerix anyways. The teleport coming in from San is a little bit too late, and it looks like Chandler's going to go ahead and disengage.
Yeah, that was a nice pick, taking out Good Plan. Oh, that was actually it was a very nice use of the Scrying Orb. Not gonna pick anything off of it. And this is Chandler going back again. Honestly, I'll be quite frank with you. There's no wards over Baron. They probably could have just taken it, considering Good Plan's down. It would have taken a little while to get up there, but with the power coming out from Xerax, and Hi, I'm Zach. I think they could have just taken Baron if they wanted to.
I think they could have, and really just, you hit the nail on the head. If you look at all the vision, just in general, all over the place for Chandler, down on that bottom side, it's just a nice long line through the jungle, and there's nothing on the map anywhere for Sierra. 2 wards that are already warded by Chandler, so they really need Sierra needs to step up their warding game in front of the Baron pit.
Well, yeah, especially when they're kind of down like this, especially in turrets, they definitely need a ward and figure out where the enemy's at. Yeah, that's one way to use that ult. Just get out whenever you're about to die, because seems like, yeah, that's the last whisper on Hi, I'm Zach. He's going to dish out a ton of damage at this point.
Well, the cooldown on Unstoppable Onslaught this late is only 60 seconds, so it's almost spammable.
Oh, there's Baron. Baron be called. And there's actually ward over it this time from Sierra. We were just talking about that, so see if they can test it.
They're not even going to try to clear those wards.
No,
so yes, they did clear the one that's inside the pit. Good plan takes a look.
Monster just not up. It's about up, though.
Thinking about it, Ninja Flex with the hook onto Kin, dude. And there we go, Twisted Advance. It's going to be a smite fight. Red team ends up picking it up. Chandler with the Baron buff. Now, kind of getting caught out. He goes down on the back line. Jimmy Talon gets taken down. It's a 1 for 4, 1 for 3, now a 1 for 4. Xerax cleaning up the map. And it's a triple kill for Hi on Zach and an ace for Chandler.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play. And not a steal coming in for a good plan, but with that Baron, they were able to turn it back around, no problem. Chandler picking up the ace. Xerax, he was touched a little bit. He was taken down a little bit in the health bar, but he has that Bloodthirster and a Human's Ghostblade. Really no problem for him to life steal everything back up. And this might actually be a push for the win. This good plan going to be up in about 10 seconds here.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to go ahead and go through it. They do have the Baron buff minions with them, and they're dishing out a ton of damage.
Oh, yeah.
Good plans up. The GGs come out. And that's going to be it. Game 1 going to Chandler. Let's see if any other kills going over. No fantasy points for High School League after this. And it's 19-9 and a clean victory there by Chandler. The only thing that they didn't do was the dragon, but they didn't need it in the end.
Yeah, apparently not. They were won the team fights very well, just their pure positioning. And yeah, able to pick up that Baron and finish up after the ace. So very well played by Chandler. And despite giving up the dragons, which surprised me to no end, but like I said, they didn't really need it. I think there's 2 games tonight, right? Explain how these brackets go, these point systems go.
Okay,
you know?
So the way it works is the teams play best of 2. So if they tie, both teams get 1 point each. If one team wins 2 matches in a row, that team will get all 3 points, the other team will get none. So we're going to play it again. Sierra on the red side this time, Chandler on the blue side. If Chandler wins this match, they will go ahead and pick up all 3 points for their group play.
Yep, and before we do that, though, do want to give a shout-out to our sponsors. That is Twitch, the largest video game broadcasting and chat community. Thank you, Twitch, and Newegg for leading the retail, leading online retailers for computer hardware and software. Very nice company. I actually get most of my software from them. Rocket and MSI, both producing innovative and high-quality, high-performance products for gamers, used by gamers, and one of them being me. MSI is my friend. Jinx Apparel, creating awesome video game-themed clothing and other products, and Loot Crate for connecting subscribers with the best new goodies for the geek and gaming market, along with Tespa, our other sponsor. And my name is Josh of Feket's Quest. I'm here with Degon. We'll be back in game number 2 for pick and ban phases in just a moment.